How's it going, guys? Welcome back to another video. My name is Eric, and in today's video I wanted to update you guys on a very sad news. The 2019 Dodge Charger had his first car crash. This wasn't our fault by any means. My vehicle was parked in front of my house and my neighbor had a friend over. They thought they had ran over a piece of metal on the front of the house, kind of like in our driveway in a way. And what ended up happening is that they reversed basically into the vehicle, which you guys can kind of imagine. It wasn't that big of a crash, but it was enough to push the vehicle back a few feet, and it was enough to damage the front bumper on the vehicle. So at the time that this happened, I was very upset because you guys can probably imagine if you bought a 2019 Dodge Charger that's worth $50,000 or supposedly worth $50,000, then you guys would probably be upset too. The good thing about this is that the girl was very nice about it. She admitted that, she made a mistake. She was being, she wasn't paying attention. So she did take full responsibility. At the time, I was working in the garage, so I witnessed all of it. So there was no arguing whose fault it was, basically. So I wanted to update you guys on what is going to happen with the vehicle. Tomorrow my wife is actually going to take it to a place to see if they can fix it. I know that they're going to be replacing the front part right there on the bumper because that's the one that took the most of the hit. The actual paint on the vehicle seems okay, but it is kind of like chipped in a way where it took the hit. Looking at the vehicle, you guys probably can't see any damage, but once you get close enough to the vehicle, you guys can kind of make out that this right here has a dent. This has another dent over here. It basically, left the bumper imprint of the other vehicle onto this black piece right here. It's kind of hard to see it, but you can kind of see that there's a dent over there. Ended up separating this black piece from the bumper right here. The paint did get scuffed up here. You guys can kind of see that there's some deep scratches in the paint that don't come off all over the front of the bumper. The actual bumper, I don't know if it had damaged like right here. It kind of just scuffed it up. The most noticeable damage is this black piece right here, so that's what they're going to be replacing tomorrow. It's super early in the morning and I'm super sleepy, but we had to wake up early today because we have to take the Charger to the service place where they're gonna try to fix it. My wife has to work today, so I have to drop her off after we leave the car. We'll see how long it takes. I think they said it can take up to a day, and it might take longer depending on what stuff needs to be addressed. So we just arrived here at the Service King. So, see what's up. We're kind of running a little behind, so right now we're kind of trying to hurry up. So we just finished dropping off the car. I think his name was Phil, but he was very helpful. He was very nice. He was very nice. He was very nice last time I was here too. So he was very helpful, especially because as a girl, I don't know what I'm getting myself into trying to get the car fixed. And from the bat, he was like, it's an expensive car, so you wouldn't want anybody to not pay for the cost of the damage. And I think he's doing a pretty good job as far as taking care of the vehicle and getting it back to look like it did. Yeah, and he's like looking all over the car, even though like it didn't get hit anywhere like where he's looking. He's still looking there just because, I guess just to see if it needs to be fixed or not.
we're not paying for anything on this repair, so the more that he looks, the better, so that it can make it look brand new. The car has 3,336 miles, so I mean, technically it's still brand new. So right now we're just gonna basically wait. She has to go to work, and we have to wait for a call to let us know when it's ready.
Since we did drop off the charger, we currently don't have another vehicle for me to drive. My wife is going to be driving the G20 because it's an automatic. So I have to drive the G35, but I can't drive the G35 because you guys probably have seen it. But I did blew a tire on the freeway, so I have to replace both of the rear since it's a staggered fitment. Right here what I have is some Yokohama Advent Sport tires. So these were kind of pricey, but I'm hoping that these will do a good job for kind of like a weekend warrior. This tire right here is pretty much ready to pop as well, so there's no arguing replacing it. The front tires, I have one off the vehicle and the other one is mounted because I only have 3 G37 wheels and I had to leave one on the vehicle. So these I think I can still use for a little bit longer. The camber wear or the toe wear is pretty bad on here, so it's gonna get replaced soon, but for now we're gonna run with these for a bit, and we'll try to get these mounted. It's kind of strange, like as far as why it's not holding air. I tried doing everything to it, and I don't know if maybe it's my compressor or the valve stem is not holding pressure, but it just keeps losing air, and I just can't explain why. So I'd rather just replace the tire. Alright, so I got the G20 loaded up, my little G20 truck. So surprisingly I wasn't able to fit both of the wheels back here because they're huge, so I only got one in the back, and I got the tires and everything else and the back seats. So kind of a tight fit right there. So we're gonna go ahead and try to get these mounted like I said, but before I do that I'm gonna go to the salvage yard and just pick up a few things for a project car that you guys haven't seen yet. I ended up taking out the tires out of the vehicle along with the wheels. I brought them over to my brother's job where he works, so he's gonna go ahead and mount them for me. Once I get them mounted, we'll go ahead and put them on the car. I don't know if you guys recall, but this is my brother's G37. If you guys remembered, I used to have these wheels before, but looks like he ended up getting them powder coated. My brother ended up mounting up the tires for me, so we're gonna go ahead and head out.
We just got a phone call that the car is now ready for pickup, so we're gonna go ahead and pick it up now.
My wife and I did go ahead and pick up the charger from Service King, which is the guys who pretty much fixed the charger. Now, they did buff out the paint. They did replace the part that was damaged. It's getting a little bit dark right now, so you guys are not going to be able to make out anything. But trust me when I say that they did go ahead and replace that part. Overall, I'm satisfied with the repair that they did on the vehicle. They didn't do much, like I said. They just replaced that part, buffed out the paint, and it looks brand new. So I can't ask for any more than that. If you guys did like this video, please make sure to give it a thumbs up and consider subscribing for more videos like this. I'll see you guys on the next one. Peace out.